Holy crap, man. Bottom just fell out of this thing. It's a pretty insane little sell-off here. Especially since we just broke that previous day low. Get my stuff set up here. Just kind of now just getting on here. Hopefully everybody had a okay trading session. We're at a pivot right now, so I would think that, man, let's see here. I didn't know if we'd get like a little bounce or pullback here. We lose those 08s, it's probably straight downtown. Oh, let me get my chats out real quick. Man, this thing's just on a roll. Let me see if a gold trade. No, still never did get a gold trade tonight. What's up, man? Oh, sorry. Wrong chat. I don't think if we can get back below that pivot, might be able to look for a short here. If we can't break back above that previous day low, we're probably going to continue down. Either that or we get a push, maybe a back up to the 50s here. We're at that 08, 010 level pivot. If we stay below that, we may even... Let me put these levels on here real quick. So, 77. Yeah. So make sure I got that in the right spot. 10. What's up, Nick? How are you doing today or this evening? How'd the rest of your day go? I kind of would think we'd get some kind of retracement up here. This might only be a 25 pullback for us to dump back down. Didn't get a gold trade so far today. Oh, nice. I know I completely missed this sell-off this evening, man. I tried to take this sell-off earlier, and I just wasn't sure, and I don't know. I just didn't trust it, and we just had to sit here and just watch it sell all the way down. We were actually short from 90. No, we were short from 590. And like I said, we just pretty much just watched it go all the way down. I don't know why I didn't trust it. I just didn't trust it. So even though it was an eval, but still just didn't trust it. I was hoping to get a gold setup tonight, but I don't guess we're gonna get a gold trade. Let's pull fib and see what kind of 50% pullback we can get. 50% is pretty much back up there at the 50. Did you go in pretty heavy on your $1,500 trade today, Nick? Oh, you bottom ticked it? Okay, 1,500 like in 10 minutes. We're going to have to wait for some kind of pullback or something to possibly look for an entry. Your long 2 contracts, nice. Yeah, did I have my pivot in the wrong spot? I may have it in the wrong spot. No, mine shows at 10. Oh, I know what it is. I was on the 15-minute charts and I didn't realize it. That's what it was. Nope, they're the same spot. If we break above 55, shoot, might have to drop the hammer on that one. Very, very strong. Nice boner candle to the top side there. We're about to run into a super trend. It says I'm on my phone, so it don't kill me if it doesn't work. You're taking your trades on the cell phone too, Nick? What's up, Muhammad? All right, look for this 55. Looking for this 55 to see what happens here. That's the pretty much 50% there. So don't know if we're gonna be able to get a gold trade this evening, guys. Usually I already have my gold trade by now. All right. Dude, what a nice freaking push. How much longer? Man, we got 3 minutes left on this candle. Yeah, shoot. Let's hit that 75 little pullback. No kind of pullback at all, man. Just straight to the moon here. Yeah, I didn't either. I mean, we just broke that range, so shoot, man. I almost want to be in a long position, but I'm waiting for some kind of pullback here. Dude, just a freaking 100-point rip back to the top side. Holy crap. Come on. We got still a minute left on this candle. If this next candle pulls back and bounces off that 50, we will try to long off the 50. That 77 is the kind of the point of control, but I wonder if we're pushing up to the 96s here. I think if you really want to be safe, you would just wait for a pullback. So we're almost to the, 80%. Oh, dude, those pivots be banging, man. Those Fibonacci pivots, if you can just wait for them to happen and just take those like trades on your fundeds, man, those things bang. Then just trust them. Even if you get in drawdown, if you're able to handle drawdown, dude, just hold it into the pivot and wait, see what happens. If the I'm waiting for some. I was hoping for a pullback into the 55 here, but doesn't look like we're going to get it. We pretty much missed both trades. We missed the one straight down and the one straight up. Zoom out on the charts. Let me see which one you're talking about here. Zoom in. Zoom out. Wow, what an insane move to the upside, guys. All we can do is just kind of sit on our hands and watch. What's up, Timothy? How are you doing? Unfortunately, we missed both of these trades this evening. I was short earlier from 590, and I really wasn't trusting it and missed a whole sell off. We had a big bounce off that pivot down there at 510 and wasn't sure because we were at that previous day low. And once again, we're stuck watching another 100-point move on the way back up. I mean, do we go all the way up to, what, 675? That would be your next pivot. Just by the top. Negative on buying the top. We try not to buy 5-minute breakout candles. If we miss a 5-minute breakout candle, we just have to watch it. I'm thinking we get a 50% pullback any minute. We just got to be patient and wait on it. This is MNQ. Duh. Same. Look at my fib. Sorry. We have another target up there at 675. We just got to get some kind of pullback to try to get in. You said the problem is you couldn't wait. Thanks for the follow this evening, guys. Congrats to anybody that caught the long. Unfortunately, we missed the whole thing. We didn't get a gold trade this evening either, so no good trades for me this evening. I mean, we got a little bit of green from this little trade we took earlier, but we missed all the big trades so far this evening. Like 90 bucks. So no big trades, unfortunately. We didn't get our $500 gold trade tonight either. Now that would be a nice 15-minute pull. I mean, a 50% pullback if we pulled all the way back to the 50 here. I don't think we get that deep of a pullback. Is there anybody in the long, or is most of you guys all sitting on your hands? 5 minutes. You're still 2 micros long. Nice. Yeah, I'm not doing anything, Timothy. Like I said, we pretty much missed that trade. So, mm, hmm. No, it's hard to predict a 100-point rip in what 5-10 minutes in the Tokyo session, Asia session. It just ripped up 120 points, man. I mean, it's insane. You just don't get this. I mean, look, 100 points down, 100 points right back up. I thought we would probably just go to like the 50%. I caught a good move today. I did get a 100-point move today in my Lucif account. But, that was also in the New York session. So we actually caught 100 points to the downside. So, oh, excuse me. I don't see how we get through all this consolidation here. I feel like we kind of hit the brakes up here around the 25. Nice. You said you took the long in the middle, put the stop loss at 580, and took profit. Nice. That was a really big move. Nice if you caught the long on the way up, man. What I was worried about if we were going to get stuck at the previous day close around the 50% mark. So there was just no way that I was going to jump in that without not being sure if that was just going to be a pullback to continue lower or, unfortunately it went straight through. The only thing we can do now is wait for some kind of pullback, create a ledge, then look for a long on a breakout. So that's my only options for a trade right now. But we could have a decent pullback here. I only say that because, man, look at all this consolidation up here between 80 and 40. It looks like almost 3 hours of consolidation. So, a lot of consolidation up there, guys. Were you talking about the you were talking about that, what is that level? The 57, that 50 area. That was the only level that I know I had talked about breaking if we broke that 57, 56 area. But we never got to me, I never got the retest. So I was waiting for the retest of the 56, 57 to take the long off, but I never got it. So I didn't chase it. And it's basically you're just longing the super trend is all you're doing. It's just a trend. So it would have been your trend, which is based off the hourly candle here. So that's what I was waiting for, a little retest of. So I'm wondering by the end of the night if we push up here, what we just pushed up into the PM lunchtime session. This is why I'm saying that I think it's going to be pretty tough for us to get through all of this here. I mean, that's a lot of a consolidation. I think if anything, I'm hoping we get a decent pullback here because I think it's just going to take a lot for us to get up to the New York PM high or even also the AM high back up there at what, 837. Uh, I think just that 3 hours of consolidation would be just too hard. Either that, or unless we do make the push to the pivot, then we might have to look for a short off the pivot up there at 75. Does the little V-shaped recovery. Sometimes it's okay not to chase. Chasing gets you in trouble pretty quick if you're on 5-minute candles because the 5 minutes do have some pretty deep pullbacks. So if you're in over leverage using the 5 minutes, it's pretty tough with those pullbacks. That's why I try not to jump into any type of 5-minute candle if it's like 3 or 4 minutes in. Just wait for a new one. The only place I like the possible short is up there at 75. But if we break the 75 and get above all of this mess, I would just keep a short leash on it. I know. I wish I can catch a lot more of those too, Knicks. A lot more of those pivot to pivot moves. I mean, this is what this is, man. Pivot to pivot. I don't know if we get up there though. You're like in the 255. Yeah, I think this whole area is a good possible rejection. I mean, that's like a lot of consolidation. I just don't see how we don't get some kind of 50% pullback here. I don't think we have any news. Let's put a line across there at your 55 level and see. Yeah, a lot of hits off the 55 too. Oil. Here's oil. I didn't think you were trading the oil, Nick. Oil was sitting at 95.21. Never again. We're not doing no giveaway at Methodical. We can switch off of the volume charts. There you go. A little bit cleaner. What do you say, Methodical Man? Oh, small PB, go GAN. No giveaways, Methodical. You were added to the ban list, Methodical. Methodical Man's been banned. How'd you get back in here? The gold has had not one decent pullback tonight. The gold charts look like straight butt. They're just pretty much just barcoding straight up. Yeah, I'm not going to take the short even off the 50s. I'm only going to be interested in the short off the pivot up there. If I can't get the 75 push, what I would do is I would just wait for the 50% pullback of this leg, then look for the breakout. If we're going to continue higher, look for the breakup back up to the top side. Your only time revenge trading was successful. Nice. Revenge trader. Did everybody have a decent trading session today? We did lose our first trade of the day with our fundeds, but the rest of the day was good. So we just had that one hiccup today. We didn't try to get it back. We just kept the loss and moved on to the next day instead of trading and trying to get it back, because that's usually, like I said, that's usually where I get myself in trouble. So what I would like to see right here is basically have a pullback into this leg here back down to the 800. So, and then have that as your new ledge and then move back up. So that's what I would like to see. But unfortunately, you just kind of have to sit here and wait. We might not even get any movements until 9 o'clock when the Asia market opens or the Tokyo market opens. So unfortunately, instead of opening at 7 now, instead of opening at 8, it opens at 9 now. For anybody that likes to trade the Tokyo Open. Timothy, are you going to take the 55 reversal, or are you just watching? Just watching at the moment. I mean, I don't really see how honestly, I think it's going to take a lot to get through this. I mean, this is 3 hours of consolidation. I just don't see how we get through that anytime soon, at least not without some kind of big pullback here. Okay. Is it not eval worthy? You know, a little eval? Now, this could easily push back up towards that pivot, guys. It could push back up. Never know. Very, very few points on that methodical. About to have a new 5-minute candle. Dude, are you not in the Discord and see how much? Usually, that's all me and Fish Lips will trade as micros, nicks. We were just looking for a retest of that previous swing down in the teens or a pushback to the 25. It's basically just taking trades back towards the whole number retest. Looks like we missed our entry by like, what, a tick? What did it do? Go to 26? It looks like it hit 26. Didn't quite get the 25. I would think we would retest this area here on the pullback. And on the 50% pullback, it would be the 40% pullback would be down here. If it continues higher, we will just hold the trade up into the pivot and add in up at the pivot. What's up, Who? How are you doing? There's your 25 retest after the didn't quite get the 50. We're trading MNQ. We won't let the runner push all the way back up there. Oh yeah, I missed the whole move up, man. I sit there and watched the whole move back to the top side. Here comes that. Should get a 20 bounce. If we get through the 20, you should get another push down to the whole number. I take a lot of trades off whole numbers or in between whole numbers. If you watch the market over and over, it just constantly goes from 100 to 25, back to the 100, back up to the 50, back to 25, up to 75, back to 50, then back up to 100. It literally, if you watch the market, it will repeat that over and over and over. And if you can buy that stuff into premium and discount, like if you pull fib, it just does that over and over. A lot of times I'll take trades in between whole numbers. So let's just say I hit the 25, we pull back, retest the 800 or whole number, whatever we're in. I would take a long back over 25, looking for 50 to get hit. Then leave a runner going up to 75, because most time it hits that 75 and comes back down to the 50. Most cases. I don't anticipate like a big mood pullback. I'm just looking for that, like, what? The market in the nighttime loves the 50% pullback. So if I pull fib on this whole leg that we just ran, the 50% is all the way back down at the, 70, 75? So don't know if we'll get that big of a pullback. I would at least think in the 800s here. So, that's pretty much where all this consolidation was, sitting at the 800s. A runner may get stopped out here. Yeah, we shorted below all that consolidation because it was struggling to get through those 40s and 50s up there, Nick. I mean, you can look to the left and see 3 hours of consolidation. I mean, it's going to take a lot to get through this. You're going to at least get some kind of pullback. All right. In the daily time frame. Wouldn't be surprised if we see 2,400. I can handle a big sell-off. I like sell-offs, man. Them things would be cooking to the downside. It took me being consistent to get used to trading Asia market. It is definitely different. It's almost like you have to throw everything that you do in the New York out the window and just the support and resistance usually work a lot better in the Asia market. That's the only good thing about Asia. The pivots work really well. The support and resistance works well. Fibonacci works well if you like to pull fib on your orders. So I'm kind of hoping that we get a. See, this may be all the swing we get here. Man, is this like the only, what is this, like maybe a 20% pullback for the overall leg? Nope. Dude, I would love to see a 5 minute 3 candle breakout. I only usually trade fundeds in the New York session. I only trade evals here in the evening, Rick. I don't know if I trust my trading enough to risk my fundeds. So maybe one day down the road we'll try it. No, there's no gold setup for me. I didn't get a gold trade tonight, Christian. Unfortunately, no gold trade for me tonight. We missed out on our $500 move. We've had back-to-back nights with $500 moves on gold. Oh, shoot. We probably ain't breaking. I don't know if we actually break the 800s. I think that must shoot the 800s. This could just be the 3 candles here for the move back up. But I don't know if I can risk longing into all that consolidation there. I'm not really a fan of longing into all that consolidation. That is a lot of consolidation to long in. Very risky. Were you long, Timothy, or short? I thought you were short bias up there. I know you said you were watching at 55. Once it started struggling to get through the 40s, that's when I was like, okay, we're just going to take the short. We were struggling to get through the 40s. I mean, it sat there and just kept banging that 40 over and over and over. It finally made a little push up to the 50 there. What did that little wick right there? Oh, you were long. Oh, man, I thought you were looking for shorts. I thought we were all looking for shorts. I wasn't short now, but back up there around the 40s and 30s, yes. You don't want to short into the whole number. Gold's taking a break today. I'm still watching. I have an entry that I'm waiting on if it happens. Unfortunately, it's what It's at 51,012, and it would have to pull back to 50,090. So that's almost 20 points the gold would need to pull back for me to get an entry. I would consider maybe a micro trade at the 5100s for 5 points, but I think that could be a possible decent one too. Psych, we're on the 5 minutes. We're trading MNQ on the 5 minutes on Ninja Trader. Just push the sell button and hold. Oh, you feel like you do better when you switch back over to Trading View in gold long? Nice. See, I don't ever take breakouts on gold. The only entry style that I've been using is the yeah, no, you thinking I wanted to take it back to the 50%, but I'm just not sure if we would get down there. I wasn't sure if we would get through this here. This right here is why I went ahead and just took it at 604. I wasn't sure because you have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 candles here. So I wasn't sure if we would make it through the 800s. So this is why I went ahead and just chose the 804. And we're about to have a new candle. And I may even close this. I don't want it to pull back up after being up 20 points. All right. We'll just take the 20 points. So we made you sell in the 30s. On which levels are you talking about, DB? I know. I just don't want to long all up into that mess up there move. That's the only reason why I'm probably not going to take this breakout. I feel like you could possibly get your 5 or 10 points depending on how many points you're looking for, but man, I just don't want to battle all that consolidation. I'm glad I closed my trade because that thing just pushed right back up over. Like I said, this is where I was anticipating the bounce. I don't know if you can see it on the vertical screen, but here's our upper leg right here. Pretty much you got about 7 5-minute candles sitting there. So a lot of consolidation. So very easy to anticipate a bounce there, especially in the evenings. Now I will try to short off that 75 up there if the 75 gets the bounce. I battled it like he's the battle. was long from 614. Okay. Hey, I definitely think you could get your 10 points with runners. I'm not sure how you set up your take profits, Timothy. I don't see anything wrong with this long, depending on, like I said, how many points you're going to get. I would just be careful holding my profit up into the 50s, between the 40s and the 60s. Wait a minute, Mel. We're trading MNQ on the 5 minutes. Uh, yes, sir. Let's go for the longs. Like I said, how many points do you look for on your entries, Timothy, in the Asia market? My Asia targets are usually 5 or 10 points. So, like right now, we're just targeting 5 or 10 points and we're already up 192. So, I look for just that and runners. That's pretty much all I do pretty much in the Asia market. Just get your 5 points, then try to see how much you can make off your runners. If the market's moving good enough, you can shoot for bigger moves, but sometimes I just don't know about the Asia market. I'd rather just take my quick 40, 50 bucks. That way I can still have a negative drawdown. What's up, Al? How are you doing tonight? Oh, you took the same long. Let's see. Shit. Turn off this. Angelo, you said you did take the long or short? The long. I definitely like the long here. I just wasn't going to take it as soon as I got out of my short there. I mean, that was definitely a nice little 5 minute breakout here for anybody that likes to play flag breakouts on 5 minute charts. Most people would know that usually watch me is I love taking the 5 minute breakouts. Especially in the evenings. Hold. Looking for the double top. What are you looking for, Timothy? What's your profit target you're looking for? I don't know if I get long now. I feel like if you went long under 20, I wouldn't take a long. I would have had to been long at below 20. You want it to be long pretty much soon as you broke this candle right here. That would have been your long entry there. Your long entry would have been of like 17, 16 if you were playing it the way it's supposed to be played. So you would have been long around 20, and your stop loss would have been here around 5. So you would have had like a 15-point stop loss is what you should have been. If you were playing the breakout, if you wanted to play it correctly. So breakout here, stop loss here. I put the stop loss break even and then marked it, said no. Have you taken some profit yet, Timothy? Are you still holding? I'm not sure, man. I know it's going to take a lot to get through those 50s and 60s up there, man. I just don't see it making it up there in one candle. That's one of these trades where you just just take you at least a little bit of profit, man. Don't leave empty-handed. No, Will. What are you talking about, tight? That's no, man. Not if you're playing the breakout right. Yeah, 15-point stop loss. Dude, every trade I think I take is usually less than 20 points. So your entry would have been at 17, 17 to 20, and your stop loss would have been at 604. So, because this would have been your swing. MNQ. Dude, I think most of my stop losses are usually 20 points or less. And that's only the reason why it's like that is because the way I play off my 5-minute candles. So the one thing that I try to stay away from is not to have breakout candle. I mean, stay away from like buying in the middle of a 5-minute candle. So the only time I ever really try to buy is when a 5-minute candle prints. So if let's just say this is the New York session, you got this big bullish 5-minute candle. I would have pulled fib. I would have pulled fib on this 5-minute candle. And I mean, I just do individual candles because I'm just looking to see how deep the candle is going to pull back. And as soon as it pulls over 50% of the candle, I usually am not interested in buying. But anything that's usually the 38 to 20% to me is the sweet spot. And it looks like you got about the 20%. So, and as soon as this thing starts pushing up, this is where my stop loss would be. So this way you can keep a super tight short stop loss trading the New York session. Or I like trading off pivots or previous day lows and highs. So I wasn't sure about this pivot earlier because I know we've already kind of hit this area a lot. Well, I guess we haven't hit it. That was the first hit. I just wasn't sure. What scared me away from this one is I wasn't sure about the previous day high here because sometimes it seems like when we're around that previous day high, you get a lot of like back and forth price action. So unfortunately, we just kind of sit there and watch this thing go straight back up. Or if I'm entering small, a lot of times I'll just enter on one micro to make sure that the trade's going to go in the right direction during the New York session. This way, if I have to DCA back into the trade off of like some kind of support and resistance. So I did that today. So I went short at 75 and we ended up having a pullback into the pivot up there around the 10 level. And after it hit that pivot, it ended up selling down 100 points after that pivot. I'm not sure if anybody took the pivot sell today. I want to say we've had like multiple 100-point trades for at least a 100-point trade for the last 2 days. This morning we took a 100-point trade, and what is it? The day before, I think we got up to 100 points, and I was looking for more, and I just ended up moving it down to like right above the whole number of the 25, and that's where we got stopped out at. That was Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. Man, we're about to hit another pivot, but I'm just not sure if I want to take that one or not. My luck, we'd squeeze through that pivot, man. This thing will just keep going. Timothy, you still holding your long? Nice on the long, guys. Whoever's still holding that long. How do I see the NQ in the next 6 hours? I have no idea. I just trade the moment. I don't really look too much into the future with the market. You said my pivot indicator looks weird on a smaller time frame. I'm on the Fibonacci pivots. Yeah, it's just the micros of the NASDAQ. Okay, so you just do the 10-minute candles. Like none of my candles appear in the. Okay. It may be 680. I haven't checked it. It might have changed. Let me see. Mine's at 675. And that's on the 5 minutes. If we do hit the 75, we probably could get a pullback to the possibly the 50s or even the 45s. I mean, we can try it. I'm okay with trying it. If for some reason it blasts the 75 here, we'll just look for a add-in up at the 70. Well, be careful. Don't full port your probably not overall if you take how much I've spent over 2.5 years, but probably most recently, yes. I probably haven't made my tuition back. Most people when they start out, those first couple years, you probably spend a lot more than what you make. I mean, a lot more starting out, how much you spend in the beginning. No. Just one micro. Yeah, if I was going to do that, Nick, I would take one micro back to the 50 if you have that opportunity, but I don't know. We got some different price action tonight, Will. We got some big moves. We had a 100-point down, 100 points back up, actually about 150 points up. So It's still a little grindy, but we're still getting some decent price action. So at least for the Asia. I guess it showed my chat disconnected for some reason. I'm not really sure why it would do that. There's your 150 or 55 level that you were waiting on, Timothy. That's turning into a nice at least 10 points. What, almost a few points away from 15? So that 55, that ended up being a nice short, Timothy. Not sure if you took it or not, but nice short. You only had to sit through about 6 points of drawdown, so definitely not bad at all. Oh yeah, look, nice little 5-minute candles. But man, my short would have to be all the way down here. So I would prefer to go up there and hit the 75, then pull back. uh. Don't really want to see this thing create an order block. You said you were sending me something on that instant. Jacob, yeah, MNQ. Telegram? I don't think it's. I don't think I've ever used a Telegram. It'd probably be easier just to post something in Discord, Timothy. There you go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Uh, there you go. Ooh, I don't like that this is creating a OB here. This one's turning in very iffy for me here, Nix. Because this is creating like a little order block here with the 3 candles. You're thinking we go down, Drew? I want it to go down, but I'd like to hit that 75 first, my Fibonacci pivot. Then it can go down. Are you in a short, Drew? Oh, crypto. I want to do crypto. I found a prop firm that will allow me to trade crypto. I just haven't really found like when to really trade. I know crypto, I guess, apparently moves really good during the New York session, but I'm trading futures, so I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Their trader launch will allow you to trade crypto, so I was definitely debating on uh, trading some crypto. Okay, so Bitcoin's still hovering around that 71,000. Is that what you're trading? You're trading you're doing Funded Hero also allows you to do the crypto trading. Tasty Trades. Apparently, yeah, there's a lot of them. I haven't really looked into it too well. Oh, I guess Tradeify does too. Shoot, I guess there's a lot of them that allows you to trade Bitcoin. I guess I didn't even realize that. Do a lot of you guys trade Bitcoin, like Bitcoin futures? Yeah, I want to say Drew, the one on Funded Future or what is that? Trader Launch. It's nanos. It's a nano Bitcoin. So you don't even get a micro or mini. You get a nano, and you get the nanos. I'm not sure what the percentage of that is, but I'm pretty sure it's fairly small. So I'm not sure what the rest of. I wasn't sure what size account you would have to trade a mini and freaking Bitcoin. Woof. So, and I'm not sure how much money the nanos are worth. So, I'm assuming does it maybe adjusts based on how much the Bitcoin is. That's the only thing I can think of, but don't know. I'm not sure how that works. Like whatever how much the Bitcoin is that the percentage of the well, I don't know. I guess NASDAQ don't do that because micros are always $2 a point no matter where you're at. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can do micro Bitcoins. Yeah, I want to say the one that I think I've tried to do Bitcoin before on Bulanox, but it seemed like the charts were always freezing up, so I didn't really ever mess with it. Well, oh, excuse me. Oh, there's so many stupid rules, man. Holy goodness, dude. $5 per penny move. That is insane. Oh my goodness. Man, you're talking about wrecking your account quick if you got caught in a crazy sell off. Is that a no? This is Ninja Trader. We could probably pull fib on this leg and see if we get some kind of 50% pullback. So possible pullback to the 33s here. It says how'd you get the resistance again? I don't know if I'm kind of not understanding. You're turning my PC into a 20 p.m. Not sure what that is. That is a Fibonacci pivot level for me, Jacob. And there's your 50%. Look at the bounce off the 50%, guys. Nice. At least a nice, what, at least 10 points. Don't want to lose the 50%. Yeah, I'm still not sure if we're going to hold that 75 or not. I'm still on the fence about it. If we do take it, oh, you're turning your PC off. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Ooh. I know one thing, guys. I can't stay on as late tonight as I did last night. I was so freaking sleepy this morning when I woke up. I was on the struggle bus. I've never used the Weeble app. I don't know if anybody in the lobby has used it, so I couldn't really tell you much about it. How did I make the charts darker? Let's see. You right click on your charts, click on properties. Make sure I got the right chart background. See, orange. Oh my goodness, that is so insane. Holy goodness. I got to get that back. That is so freaking bright. You can change it to whatever color you want. Oof. Anyway, you right click, properties, just scroll down to where you see a chart background color. Let's see, right here, chart background. Then you can change it to whatever color you want. Oof. Flashbang. You're right. Oh my goodness, that was so bright. that was pretty good. Dude, we're creating another little bull flag here, man. I'm hoping this thing doesn't blast the 75s up here, guys. So, for some reason, if we blast the 75s, what we'll do is we'll have to add in at 700, hopefully kind of split our order a little bit, then look for a pullback into the pivot. So that would be the game plan for me if we blast the 75s. I really don't want to take. I'm hoping that's not the case because we just broke over that $26,000. So that means we're only about $450 away from passing this account. I really don't want to mess this account up. So I'm hoping it's like an instant 5 points. If they hit the 700s, they'll run the stops. The goal's not even coming back, guys. Goals to the moon over here. The EMAT stock's about to go crazy. I don't guess I've ever heard of that. We're trading. This is Fibonacci. We trade on like 3 different prop firms. Right now, we're trading on Lucid, Fibonacci, and Apex. I lost my funded on Lucid Monday, so we don't really have a funded account with them, but we're about 3/4 way there. We had a good start. We just started actually trading again today, and I think we did $350 on that account today. So we have to get to $1,200. Are you going long, Matt? And we took a loss on our Fibonacci accounts today. So we were $800 away from $2,000 in payouts. But now we're back to where I need $1,000. So So do you share or straight USD? I'm not sure. I guess I'm not sure what you're asking there, Drew. Yeah, we're trying to short our pivot up there for 5 to 10 points. Um, if we break our pivot, we will add in. So we will DCA back into this trade up to the 700s, then look for a pullback into the 75. So I feel like either way, we'll either get a break even trade, partial credit. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Even if we break the 75s, there's still a lot of resistance at the 90s. So you can see there's a lot of big wicks still to the downside. So still a lot of resistance in this area. Yeah, a lot of resistance up here. What were you saying, Matt? Oh, you're talking about going long on this 5 minute breakout here? Nice. I'm not in a big hurry to take any more trades. We're already up 192. Timmy must be stopped. Oof. All right. Thank you for the follow, Undo. Yeah, there's just not really anything to do here. We're just in all that choppy mess up here at the top, Drew. I mean, you got to think, man, this is like 3 hours of big consolidation here. It's going to take a minute to get through that. I don't know much about the options and stuff over there. A good friend says if you of mine said if you win more, you bet more. Yeah, I guess I could see that if you build a little bit of a buffer or add to your winner. There's like 3 hours of traffic jams up there. Sorry, I was getting a text. Is there anybody in a short or long right now? Is anybody holding? Is anybody holding through the chop here? You're long on USD. Is that Forex loose? Or Lewis? Is that okay? Um, oh, methodical gonna take that. Oh, let me look at gold real quick. Dude, I don't know. I don't know about that one, methodical. It's probably going to win because I didn't enter it. Yeah, I don't know too much about the futures. I mean, not futures, Forex. So Forex is. Oh, methodical man was just doing 1 point. Come on. Oh, never mind. He's full ported over there. I think he's looking for 3 points. You're out. Good. Sounds good, Timothy. Have a good night. Right now we're just kind of sitting on our hands. Yakashak, I'm sorry if I can't say that correctly. But we're just kind of in this chop fest. There's about 3 hours of consolidation from earlier today. If you look to the left, methodical full ported on a. It says, so do you trade like 1 or 2 inches? Are you talking about are you talking about how many accounts that we're selling at one time, Drew? Most of the time we're just selling or we just trade one count at a time. Oh, he's asking about okay, risk management. Okay. Uh it really varies on my fundeds. I'm very strict with usually 3 micros on the fundeds. Evals, Most of the time, if it's a 25K, I try to stay under 5 eval or 5 contracts. For 50K, I try not to go over 10 if I can't help it. It just really depends on what I'm looking for. So, like if we took this trade, I'm just looking for 5 points in a runner. Then most of the time I try to take off support and resistance. And that way I don't really have to have like a big stop loss. So with fundeds, I try not to risk no more than like what, 120 bucks. That's what I've been doing on my fundeds lately. So like we took a loss today on our fundeds, but we did take a little bit bigger loss because I risked 30 points instead of my original 20. So it put us back down to the threshold. So I was only $800 away from $2,000 worth of payouts. So now I'm back to a pretty much needing almost 1,000. So basically 980 on this one and 960 on this one, because these two are I'm copy trading together. So and I have to, yep. Then I also have an Apex account that I need about $700 in to get to pay out. I want to start a cash account. That's something I want to get, like a $500 cash account or something to trade just a few micros. And just because, dude, there's plenty of days where I get really big trades, especially whenever I'm taking those retests of the pivots. Dude, those things be popping off big trades. These are worth $2 a point. Looks like we just sold right back to the bottom of the range. I don't think that ledge paid, Methodical Man. For 2 micros, it says the big questions. How many points, let's say from what, 650 to 660, how much does a micro cost? That would only be like $20 if you used 1 micro. You only need to have $50 in an account to trade a micro, as long as you're over $50. You can put $150 in there and trade a micro, as long as you don't go under 50. I think it's per micro though, if I'm not mistaken. Now that's what Tradeovate. It could be different. For ME, okay, for the ES. Okay, so it's $100 then. It's been a while since I've had a cash account. I don't know. I have to look. I was doing it with last time I tried it. It was with what do you want to call it? Trade of 8. But I think if I do it again, it's probably going to be with Ninja. We can see. So 50% is the 608. Hmm. All right. Sorry if I missed some messages, guys. All right. So one NQ contract that someone execute is worth $20 per contract. So you would need 600,000 to trade one contract in cash. Yeah, $20 per point. I'm not sure how much you would need. Probably would want a couple thousand if you're going to trade minis. Let's see. Minis. Uh, so with the mini, they don't want you going below $500. Oh wait, that's the ES. Then the E minis are micros. What, $50 or whatever margin? I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at it. I'll worry about that later. I know you can trade minis with a couple $1,000s, but I think you have to have a minimum of $500 in your account. I think if you go below that 500 or 1,000, they stop you from trading. Yeah, you need that little extra margin to trade it in case you go below that mark. You're saying about 10 grand for minis? Yeah, it wouldn't take very much to wipe out a grand or $2,000 with one mini. That's like what, 50 points. Dum dum dum. Dude, why couldn't we get this after we hit the 75? Because then all we have to do is sit here and watch. Can't really do anything with this, guys. So can't really jump in. I was looking for that sell off the 55. I mean the 75. No, this is a MNQ. So it says, so why are some points and some are ticks? So 4 ticks are in a point. Drew. Yes, son. This is 5 minutes. So whenever I'm setting my ATM strategy up, it's in ticks. I guess you can put it to wherever you want. I want to say, is pips points? No, that's like a percentage. Yeah. Yeah, so ticks are points. So 4 ticks in a point. So to get 5 points, you need to have 20 ticks. This is what I use in the morning. 30 ticks is 30 points. I mean, 120 ticks is 30 points. And usually I use a 80 tick stop loss on most of my trades in the morning. Yeah, I don't ever mess with the price thing. I mean, I guess it would be almost the same thing as, if I'm looking to try to get what, 60 plus the 30. I try not to even look at the money while it's happening. I try to just mainly look into just getting my parts. Man, is this thing? Gold just traded another ledge here, so Methodical man, are you going to take that gold at 115? Oh yeah, dude. I don't see how we don't get through this anytime soon, man. There's just too much consolidation right here for us to move up. This is why I kind of wanted to short the 75s up there. I was hoping we would hit the 75s before we got the big pullback, but we didn't hit it. So only thing I can do is sit here and watch it. Uh-oh. Definitely building up a nice little 5 minute trend line breakout here, possible at the top of the hour. So you might get a little push up here at the top of the hour. Oh, use the currency when you're trading. Yeah, I try not to even look at the money part when I'm trading. I mean, I look at it once I'm done, but I try not to think about it when I'm in the trade. I just mainly just try to focus on the points or, the levels that we're trying to get to. So, someone asked, About 1,000 contracts. That is insane. Uh, what are you going to start doing tonight, Nick? Oh, that's the weekly candle right there, Dan. Little about 2.5 years. Um, family. You hide your price also. Right now, we're just kind of sitting on our hands, guys. There's, like I said, we did have a entry sitting up there at 74. We wanted this pushback here, but like I said, I just could not get up there. I would think at the top of the hour we may get the break back up to the top side here. Yeah, trading view and Weeble are different trading platforms. Oh, you were answering Drew's question. Drew, no, this is a Ninja Trader. So I do have some trading view charts that I use for a few indicators. So I use like pivot indicators. Let's see here. So we try to take a lot of trades off of the Fibonacci pivots. And so basically, if you use pivots on TradingView, just change your settings to Fibonacci and that will give you these same lines. It it usually offers some pretty nice moves. Let's see. Yeah, I want to say we took the short from what 694 basically down to 594 today. So we actually got short at 75, and when we pulled back up to this pivot for retest, we got a short we added in. Ooh, my voice is starting to get hoarse. Overkill. Okay, check the weekly candle. Sure. I don't think I've ever looked at a weekly candle. Holy crap. I got a lot of little Fibonacci's over there. Ah, shoot. It's frozen. I might have should have done that on Trading View. It's acting definitely a little weird here on my ninja charts. I think the ninja charts are frozen. Here comes that little 5-minute trend line breakout, guys. Oh yeah, my charts are completely frozen. I can't even do nothing. All right, we will do it on. All right, here's your weekly chart she was asking for, Dan. Hmm. Boy, don't like you looking at the weekly chart. Shoot, those are acting kind of funny too. Oh man. The 5-year chart, I believe, is the weekly. Oh, you don't trade futures right now, Dan? What do you trade right now? Dude, my ninja charts are still frozen over here. I can't even move my charts. They're frozen over here. Ever since I changed it over to the weekly, it's broken. Oh, options. It says I always mark out last week's open, close wick, and low so you can get winnings off those 70, 80%. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, did we finally unfreeze here? Goodness. All right. So futures is basically options without the delta and gamma. Okay. Yeah, like I said, the futures is not futures, but the options. I know very little about the options. We will still try that 75 short, guys. So, like I said, if we do break it, we'll just add in up at the 100. It says, tell him to come join us. Who is that, Nick? You got your short at 80? The option guy? Options on TikTok. Yeah, see, I don't ever follow the QQQ either. Oh. Well, hopefully we get a nice little bounce there then if we push up to that 75. The orange lines on my screens are my pivots. I just copy them off TradingView is all I do. So, and that's on the 5-minute charts. Why? Are you talking about small account size? Because I'm trading the 25K accounts, so I only got like $1,500 in drawdown on the prop firm accounts, so I can't really over leverage a whole bunch. If I over leverage on these 25Ks and I get caught in the wrong direction, what 50 to 75 points will pretty much blow your account. If you basically get up caught in a sell off. So like last night, I sat through 75 points of drawdown, but was able to get out of the trade. So, and that was just kind of DCA and back in. 5 points is even kind of risking. So 5 points, you would need to lose 150 points before it blowed. But more likely, you're going to have some kind of pullback before you go up 150 points in the Asia market. Very rarely do you get that many points in Asia where you just, be selling like that. What's up, Green? No, I've never used no kind of like strategy. The only like strategy setup that I do ever use is basically a Fibonacci pullback into the opening 15-minute candle or the 15-minute candle from 9 to 9:15. Let's see. Let's see if I didn't even look to see if we had one today. Yeah, we had one today. I just didn't take it. At least I don't recall taking it. It was just super choppy. Oh, wait, I did take it. Remember, we did take this trade. We unfortunately got to get in late. That's what happened. All right. So, what you would do is look for that would have been your next high. So, high, low of the previous type move. And then you're just looking for a pullback into this candle here. And then you're just looking for the break back out. But most of the time, we're trading off a lot of support and resistance and higher time frame. So all these squares that you see on my chart are just higher time frame. You're just targeting higher time frame candles. I mean, that's just what I do. I understand it's a little different for everybody. So what were you talking about, Nix? It says you got burned so many times. Same here, Will. That's pretty much what most of us here. I watch charts all the time myself. So you're good. Even if I'm not trading, I'll usually sit here and watch charts or back test or lately we've been taking a lot of trades off the pivots. I also trade a lot of whole numbers. I also use Rico candles for breakouts a lot too. So if you ever notice during the New York session, my entries look kind of weird, it's because I'm trading off of pullbacks on Rico candles or in the Z Rico candles, wherever how you say that. So a lot of times you'll see me take trades off of these type candles in the New York session because it's a lot easier to see trend without seeing all the wicks and all the messiness. So, and we're just looking for basically pullbacks into the 21 EMAs. So that was after 11, so I wouldn't have been there trading that. So basically, this is one of the trades we took this morning. Basically, you kind of get everything going in the right direction. You're just looking for trend. Then you're just looking for a pullback into the 20 to 50 EMA. Then basically, whenever this starts breaking back down, just hop in short, looking for 10 points and runners. Don't trade the E-minis. And don't trade E-minis. We mainly do micros, man. This is the break and retest of the red candle. Ooh, is this the move back down? I guess I'm just going to take off my order because that thing is 50 points away. I'm not even going to leave it there. All right, let me go back to gold. Okay. There's another gold entry sent down at 115. Is there anybody in a position now? Is anybody looking for shorts, longs, or I was looking for a short off 75. I'm not in a real big hurry to try to find another entry since we're already up about $200 tonight in this session. So that's usually about what we try to make in the evenings is somewhere between $100 to $200 on our eval. Yeah, most of our stuff is on usually most of the time micros or cheap valuations from Buellnox. You usually do $300 to $400 a day. Nice. Now is that just one? Oh, that's right. You do the options, Dan. I forgot you said you do the options. Dude, Nick's over here slinging the fundits and evals tonight, man. Holy goodness. You're not trading this silly range. Yeah, same here, man. I've been just sitting to the sidelines. All right. Sorry, I got a text. You said you're revenge trading, but my internet's acting up. Oh. Sounds like Methodical Man's taking some oil trades over there. What's that all about? Does anybody else here trade oil? Let's see. Sorry about that. Nick, this is the first night this week that I haven't got a nice gold trade. Sorry about this. I got you're short. Nice. Christian short. Yeah, I know. There's a possible gold setup at 115, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do the mini. That's the only thing. Maybe I'll just do a micro. We can do a micro. Like I said, sorry. We're about 6 points away. Ooh. I'm hoping on the push down here, it doesn't really make it past the 110s. Or Head and Shoulders could be a valid sell-off. Let's see here. I could see a nice bounce off the 90s to like maybe push down to the 90s. Dude, for some reason my gold charts freeze up. I don't know what the deal is with gold doing that with my charts for some reason. Uh-oh. Where's oil? Is anybody trading oil? How much does oil cost a contract? Does anybody know how much oil costs? Vic, how much does oil cost a contract? I'm gonna jump in here on a sim account. I'm just curious. Holy crap, man. I'm already down $500 on 1 point. What? What is that? I put it on a sim account because I was curious about how much a gold. $500 for like a point. Oh wait, I did 5 of them. Never mind. That's what it is. I'm in 5 minis. I was like, why is that? Holy goodness. Oh, is that what got? Is that what got you, Nick, the other day when you were trying to trade gold? Ooh. All right, let's just do one. Let's just do one. Let's see. All right, this would be just one. It's $100 a micro. Holy goodness, dude, that is insane. Wow, that's like $70, man. Just that's pretty wild. All right, we're gonna get away from this. We have the slightest clue. You blew your account the other day trading oil. I didn't know oil was like that, man. I didn't know it was that expensive. That is insane. The insaneness of the move. I was just down 1 point with a few contracts, and that was like $1,000 within like a second, man. I was on a sim account because I was just curious, but look, dude, $920 within like 5 seconds. Goodness, that is insane. I remember Nick talking about how he blew his account on gold because it was just, oof. Mm. Someone just made a bunch of money. I didn't know either. Anytime I try something new, just out of curiosity, Nick, I always have to put that thing on a sim account. I'd be, huh, my eyes are so heavy, guys. Huh. I was gonna try to wait out a gold play here. It's already freaking 10:30. What's up, John Smith? That's weird that what did you call it? That you don't get a sim account to try stuff out, Nick, to make sure your stuff's working correctly. Wow, another ledge. Did anybody take the 5 minute breakout? Whew. Okay, so the micros are super cheap. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, usually I tell him if he's on, I don't know if those are bots or if that's a real person that goes around and does that. I'm not sure. Did anybody try the 5-minute breakout here? I'm still going to try the short if we push back up to 75. Or is this going to be the new ledge for us to start moving down? So let's see. If we pull fib on this leg, is this going to be the new leg? This is where you need it to hold here. Well, the breakout was already kind of happening. So you're taking trades on the QQQ? See, I don't ever take trades on the QQQ either. Man, I know if I try to enter this thing will just go straight back down. Is there anybody long at the moment? Like I said, guys, man, I want to try to find one more trade before we get off and see if we can. I wanted to short up there at the 75s, but I don't know how long it's going to take us to get through all that choppy mess for us to even get through the 75s. You're not really seeing any direction. We have been in a really tight range probably for the last, say, hour and a half TP. We're basically trading in between 615 to 60, so about a 35 to 40 point range at the moment. Not even that, yeah, about a 30 point range, 35. So waiting for one more trace the worst enemy. You're probably right, since we didn't get that 75 bounce. So we might not even take another one. We'll just walk away just being up 200 and come back in the morning. So, whew. Oh, methodical man took this ledge. I'd rather take the second ledge down at 14. We're on just YouTube, Michael. We do YouTube and TikTok. So I have a vertical page too, if you don't want to watch horizontal. So I do have a horizontal page on TikTok. I mean TikTok, I can't even talk. Horizontal on YouTube. See, this is what I was wondering if that was just going to be the pullback there. It may bounce here. I was just trying to get another 5 or 10 points. I think 95 or 800 your. Oh, did we bounce off that hard? Oh, shoot. May get stopped. Oh, I took it on the wrong account. Son of a bee. I took it on my gold account. Oh, that sucks. I'm hoping for like a 95. Wouldn't mind seeing that 95 bounce here. Runner may get stopped out. Yeah, it looks like runner's going to get stopped out. Now that would create a nice long if that goes up here and creates a order block here. Methodical's doing the 1 point trade. Yeah, we hit our initial 5 points, but unfortunately we had the wrong account selected, Nick. So I thought I was on this account that we were up 192, but I was on my gold account. So the account that we've been trading gold with. Yeah, that's where you have to just downsize in your account because I've done that too. Will be like a few $100s away from passing and being over leveraged. So right now we're trying to get up to 10 funded accounts with Beulah Knox. We have 5 with them now. I feel like I've been stuck on 5. We're on the MNQ, Albin. I don't know. Do you think we can get those 800s? We ain't got the 800s. What? 52 seconds left. We got stuck here last time, guys, so I'm not sure if we get through here. We done been stuck here twice. Look, here, here. So this could get stuck. So looks like we're getting stuck again. Dude, I'm going to try to long off the 95s too. Oh, no. Look at there. We got stuck there once again. I should have just took my profit. I just hate it was on the wrong account. We may close this back above if it gets anywhere near that 15. I don't really want it to come back to break even. Actually, we'll just take it to 15. Futures gambling. Oh, yeah, definitely some gambling on some valuations, man. Goodness. Whew. All right, looks like the runner's about to get stopped out here. So once again, we pretty much got stuck at the 605s and 604s. So we're still hitting the top of this ledge here. Methodical man, are you taking the 115 long? He might not be listening. The VWAP? I'm gonna take it. This will have to be the last trade of the night. You said experts advisors are the best. Yeah, they would probably the ones you'd want to talk to for, learning how to trade. Oh, we're only about 2 points away. MGC. That's for micros, Michael. And if you want to just trade minis, it's GC. Which, if you're trading minis on gold, it's $100 a point. Micros are $10. So if you're trading minis, $100. Micros are 10. Yeah. Yeah, we're taking this on a 50K evaluation. So this is, I haven't got comfortable really trading gold yet. We've only traded it a few times. So this is an evaluation. I'm just letting you guys know that because, like I said, I've only been messing with gold for like a few weeks. Gold's harder than silver. I've never done silver. I know silver was hopping a few months back. Peter, we're mainly just doing the MNQ, but I have been practicing with trading gold a little bit off to the side, and I really haven't even been putting gold too much on the stream, just mainly MNQ. So mainly we've just been trading MNQ. Silver doesn't wick. So 3 points on a mini would be $300 for 3 points. We're going to keep a very short lease on this level here. What is it? If it's going to break the 94s here, we'll close it. We might have missed our gold trade. I'm not sure how much I like the second push. Yeah, that is the not having any kind of like, I guess you want to call it, won't have any like leverage in the game. So your different levels of like your mentality when you're starting out trading, you can easily be a sim account millionaire because you don't care about risk. Then you go to the eval, you worry about risk, and it takes a while to get through that. Then when you go to your funded accounts, it's the same thing. It took me forever, it seemed like, to get past the funded stage of being comfortable trading funded accounts. It's almost just like steps that you have to go through just to get through the different. No, we were actually trying to long off the 95s, but this thing, we might have missed it. We might have missed the long. Damn it! Did it? I had my gold trade set up a few points right below. We might have missed it too because it was supposed to have been at 115.2, but I had it at 114.9. So I didn't get tagged in on gold. Dude, come on. Oh my. This thing missed us by a tick, which it hasn't hit the 5 points yet. So sorry, guys. I was watching this gold trade to see if it was going to. I know I hear it tagged Methodical Man in because he had his at 15.2, but I had mine sitting at 14.9. I had it just a hair below it. There it goes. We're tagged in. That same place has been sitting, but we'll just have to. Oh. It looks like we're going to miss the freaking ES trade. I was about a few points off. Let me close this because it looks like we're going to be off with that one. Dude, that other ledge is long ways down there too. Gold on the 10 seconds. That's insane. Woo. This is gold on the 5 minutes. What kind of resistance we have here? We've got another some more resistance sitting at the 10s there. Could come on down. We're in this with 2 micros at the moment. It should be good. Are you still in it, Methodical Man? Are you still in the gold trade? I went in with 2 micros. I didn't do the full 1 mini just because it's so late at night. You re-entered. Why did you get out? Oh, you did a back door. Yeah, this will be my last trade here. Unfortunately, guys, we didn't get the 95. Oh, you're in 20 freaking micros? What the heck? 2 minis? That is insane, dude. 20 micros. Shoot, that's like $200 a point. That is insane. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. So no matter what happens with the gold trade here, this will be our last trade of the evening. Thank you guys all for watching and hanging out this week in the evenings. And for anybody that's trading the New York session with us tomorrow, we will definitely be back in the New York session in the morning. So it's been a fairly... Okay. Oh, that's right. You were full porting. I don't even know. I didn't really pay much attention to it tonight, Nick. Come on. 2 more points. If we can get this gold trade, we'll be hopefully 3 for 3 this week. Oh, I like that little small body right there. If it looks like this small body, might get a push right here. Come on, push. Gold's over here playing with the emotions, guys. Thanks, Vic. Yeah, as soon as this trade's over, we'll but we will be back in the morning at 9 o'clock. She wants it. Look at the gold. Didn't let me down. Come on. You got to talk sweet to gold. You can't talk dirty to her like the NASDAQ. You got to talk sweet to her. You can take gold home to mama. NASDAQ, that's just a weekender. Oh, goodness. That's the massage parlor. That's what the NASDAQ is. That's the... Oh, goodness, the nasty girl. Come on, gold. Give me like one. I've been looking for like 1 more point. Dude, there was no way I was going to use a mini at their 11 o'clock, man. Dude, this thing better not like one tick me, dude. Come on. All right, we're going to go to break even. This shit comes back. Is that where the VWAP's at the 19? Oh, dang. Oh, well. Might end up being a break-even trade here, guys. We literally hit 4.8 in the points. We were probably, less than a tick or two away from hitting our 5 points. We hit 4.9.7. We were 2 ticks away from freaking the 5 points. That's insane. Dude, y'all made me miss. Oh, look at there. I missed my freaking 95 trade. Dang it. Dude, I had a resting order sitting at 95. We missed it. We missed it. Damn it. Look, that thing wigged back and hit, what, 96? That was my long. Oh, come on, gold. That means we're going to. One more push. Dude, those super trend indicators be banging. Ah, we did not want to see a new candle. I like for that just to be in one candle. What's crazy, methodical, this thing created another ledge at the 16s. At Come on, good looking. You can do it. She's so close again. We're 1 point away. It says, do you need the full amount to buy or sell, or can you just do like 20? These are on prop firm accounts. And you can trade as large as whatever how big of a prop firm account you got. So I'm using a 50K prop firm account, which is $3,000 in drawdown. So most of the week I've been doing one mini looking for $500, but this here is just two micros. So the most I'll get is $100 if this thing hits the 5 points. Oh, excuse me, man. Struggle bus. Oh, that's getting kind of weaky. What's up with that? Ah, shoot. It got me. I don't know if we could. I might just walk away. I didn't know if it was going to rerun that swing at the 15. Oh, well. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching tonight. And like I said, that 95.96 was my long on the NQ a while ago. Now, if we lose that area, it could be downtown. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle here, too. $30. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. I'd like to see it retest 95. You want to see it hold. $95 will be my line in the sand. So we'll just risk $50 of our profit here. Beautiful. Come on. We're just going to put our stop loss in because 95 is my line in the sand here anyway. There we go. See, the nasty girl said, come on back over here. We'll take care of you. So, like I said, 95 should be your line in the sand. You're long on gold. Dude, I'm not going to jump back in that. I mean, I guess I could see that going back up, but man, I just didn't want to jump back in. I'm sorry, White. I didn't see your message over there. I get so focused on charts, sometimes I forget to look at my chat, dude. Sorry about that. We're on the MNQ. We're on Ninja Trader. I'm sorry, Ninja Trader. $5 MNQ. Dude, the 95 could have got you at least 10 points. Waiting for that sexy little wick there to get that little wick back in there. I would think we'd at least get a push down to 75 before we start running to some kind of like, needs to pull back. I'm going to take it down to the previous day close, possible. Unless it just comes back and breaks me even at that 95 level. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing sold off the rest of the night. Uh-oh. Is that a retest or are we pushing back up? Yeah, if it's back above 95, so all right, so it got my runner. Oh well. If it stays below the 95, the short still be good, but I'm not going to re-enter. We sold off 4 contracts of the 5. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys in the morning for the New York session. So I don't know if tomorrow's going to be our kind of last decent day of trading, because remember, good night, Nix. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Tomorrow's going to be next week's going to be rollover week, so next week can be kind of difficult. I don't know what it is. I usually struggle during rollover week, so oh, is that thing going to read? Man, is this going to reclaim it? Is it going to reclaim the 95? I just need to walk away before I keep trying to enter this. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys in the morning.